Most memorable mem most memorable moment from 2021. Huh. Most memorable moment in 2021. Hmm. Huh. Maybe I should also set in one of those rewards. It's just like a or dump me. But let's see. Most memorable moment from 2021. Most. Oh God.
No question.
This is my most memorable moment from 2021.
Only.
Look, I've had my nose to the grind for so long, but
No sequence. Only a being.
I think if we were to date back correctly,
No words.
the most memorable moment for 2021 for me, also. Sorry, I probably turn off the music, or fuck it. It's just gonna be a very, very, very later on highlight. It'll show up. My most memorable moment of 2021 is probably going to go towards my oh gosh, it's on the tip of my tongue. Oh, it'll go to my month of January, because there was a lot that was going on with my head then. I mean, yeah, 2020 was just now finishing up. The full-blown boom, if you want to call it that, of English VTubers were emerging from 2020 and just sliding into the new year. And you had your favorites then. And it's amazing to think about how some of your favorites have changed from then to now, who you prefer to watch, who you're really into or not. But for me, that month of January was the month I still was not a VTuber. I was just getting back into streaming. Not on January. I was streaming pretty much all of 2021. But I just started balancing the work. Like, you know, actual, you work your day job, stream at night, play games, have a good time. Still playing, you know, Plays Blue, and I was still playing when the rollback wasn't even a thing. There was no mention of P4U. It was just like, no, I love this game. And I spent that entire month basically making this model you see before you, where I was just like, gosh, how do I make that long coat on Vroid look like my midriff jacket? How do I make it look asymmetrical? How do I make the collar look at least enough like a collar where the design can be believable? Why is it that my arm, that my body still clips through my jacket if I decide to move my arms a little bit? How the fuck do I make my hair? When I started off, I did not have the ponytail. My hair was just down. But I had to make sure that I got all the accents right. You know, that little bit of blue behind the hair. The black strand. The blue streak that's not supposed to be a blue streak, but VC face really don't care about my feelings, so it's a blue streak. I have to live with it. This blue streak is actually supposed to be a gradient from white to blue. But, you know, whatever. So a lot of just stressing over getting this to look right. Wondering what anyone would think of me for doing this. Wondering if for some reason I do this and I accidentally blow up too quick. Well, not really knowing how to handle it. I still wouldn't know how to handle it, say any popularity come my way. But heck, I feel I can barely handle a raid of 5. Expecting like raids of hundreds of folks, I'm just be, well, I won't be too doe-eyed. It's not like I haven't prepared for it. It's just my brain gets scrambled very easily, as you can tell. And I worry about the smaller things a lot. So there's a lot of smaller details that I eventually told myself, fuck it, we'll do it anyway. And when I came out, yeah, my 0.1 edition of my model was kind of well, no. I almost said it was kind of shite, but that's a lie. My 1.0 edition of my model, that was like the most proud I think I was. So by the time I made that model and February rolled around, I realized, hey, my friends are all gonna meet up, gonna play some fighting games. I normally stream it. I'm normally, webcammed up. I let people know like a couple of days before, yo, I'm gonna do something. And honestly, if it flops, that's okay. I did it. I did this myself, and I'm kind of proud of myself to at least do this much. So when I made my own model, I made the intro that as continue. Wrote the intro. I wrote the intro. I highly recommend you guys check out JessX. I'm probably mispronouncing their name and everything, but I put them down inside of the credits. They're the ones who created that instrumental that was, sampled from a Ruby song. And it's like, that makes sense. Ruby is the song that I really like. And I've always wanted to write something to this particular track when I first heard it on SoundCloud, like in 2016. So I'll fast forward 4 years later, I finally write that down. I'm moving forward from where my brain was kind of just locked in place for a couple of years. And that whole month of January was a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of stomach pains, and just a lot of worry. After January, things just kind of got chill, and people rock with me. To my slight disbelief, people do rock with me. You can be that's why I say you can be anywhere else in the universe right now, and I appreciate you rocking with me tonight. Like, that line kind of stems from that feeling of just, man, just rock with me is really gonna like when I made Starry Story Show, that was, of course that's a little later down the line. It's just like everything it plays into each other, eccentrical parts, and all January is probably the most memorable part because of just the pressure that I kind of put on myself, not knowing how it really is to be a VTuber, not knowing the full landscape, basically refusing to go to any resources because, basically refusing to ask others to make any of the resources because I just wanted everything to be self-made. It was like a self project because I felt like I was not. It was a way to heal from feeling very worthless for a very long time. Still feel that way to an extent, but I'm getting better. So that's not, that's not the case right now. I'm so used to having 0 viewers that even having 3 gets me on my Ancients game. Shit. I understand, though. I really do. As someone that do variety stuff, you don't really have a niche when you try playing different games, and good fucking luck trying to play a new game that comes out. everyone already has someone they're gonna want to see play it, or that they know of. It's like, I'm gonna refer to this person for this particular gameplay or content or series or what have you. And I mean, yeah, the discoverability and stuff can be difficult in itself, but it's just like, you sit there, you're so used to seeing no one, and my homie can attest to this too. He's currently going through moments of slight disbelief, but when you just play new games or play games that you love that's not, not popular or often played from others, you're lucky to find a few folks that'll come in, and then even then, that's once every 5 or 6 streams, and if someone's concerned about the numbers, that's really demoralizing. But otherwise, yes, Mom. Should be fine. I mean, no, you can take it. It should be fine. Yes, ma'am. Love you. Okay. Yeah, I didn't bother to mute for that. It's okay. It's whatever.
No question.
But yeah, just with that
Only
that pressure, that anxiety,
no sequence.
I don't know.
Only
I'm curious to see how I would actually act if I had to entertain a double-digit amount
no
of people.
words.
I've done it
Only
once,
a
but even
feeling.
then, most of those people were lurking. And
No question.
those that were speaking, it was a very chill conversation. I've tried doing like studying, and I know I've completely strayed off from the story time, but I did ask the question and give you a story time technically. But just I did study like others that stream that typically have to, that typically end up talking to like 50s, hundreds, or even thousands others, trying to see like, at what point does it look like they're looking at chat? I can't tell what their setup looks like. They're VTubers. We don't see where like how the setup's gonna work and where their eyes shift to unless someone takes a picture of their setup. And literally it's just, it's kind of mind-blowing. The folks that are ready for it shows that they're ready and prepared, and the folks that aren't, unfortunately, still complains that they're ready and doesn't actually show it. So I fall into the latter, technically. There are a lot of times where I kind of just go into my own head, and then it eventually bleeds out, and then I have to and then I end up making a post about it. As far as preparations for like going into those extremes, or being that chill or ready for folks, or ready to, like, say, for the lack of a better term, deal with crowds of the double and triple digits. Actually, that's a great term. Dealing with those type of crowds,
No question.
I don't think
Only
I don't have any experience or words of encouragement for it, because
only
that shit can be really daunting. And even from the few folks that I do talk about, like a group of people coming into a room, they don't want to see those numbers. They don't want to think it like that. They just want to think they're kicking it with the homies, and that's kind of the mindset that I try and treat it with too. Because when you think about it, just hanging out with a bunch of friends, or in my case, when I think about it, it's just a bunch of stars all in the same all in the same solar system, orbit, star cipher, whichever you wish to call it. We're all just equals, all just equal folks. Yeah, some people have more eyes on them, but we're all just the same folks. And it's really hard to actually function and see that difference. And some people, hell, there's a perfectly good example of when I was streaming Persona 5 Strikers. And Moopoke came in, and Flame, if I remember right, was a bit on the starstruck side. When when you flip sides to it, because a lot of eyes be on you, but if someone that you've watched a lot and of kind of just pulls up casually, and you're just like, holy shit, it's you. So I mean, I've watched them for a while, as I was even explaining to you, like the stream after Flame. I watched them for a while, but as much as just another person as you and me. And I have a couple of friends that are like, I seen them, as I stated in a recent post, like I've seen friends grow from a nobody to having actual internet fame. And there are times when I'm just trying to talk to them, or I remember something that was fun and I send it their way. Sometimes I feel uncomfortable doing that because, yeah, there may be a bit of internal intrusive thought or fear that they have changed like that, or they have actually, forgotten about their friends. No, that couldn't be further from the truth. They still treat me like a homie, and that goes volumes and miles of how you should, you should still just treat everyone like they've been a friend for the longest time, like they've always been your homie. I am currently live. Is everything okay? Oh, okay. Yes, ma'am. All right. Well, that was completely jarring for my entire train of thought. In short, it doesn't matter what fucking status you got. Treat your homies like they're your homies, and they will still return the favor in kind. Just because their status changed doesn't mean that all of them change. That's probably the best way to put it. Because, unfortunately, for some people, for that success, they opt to change. Not everyone, not in the slightest, but those that do, it's really a bummer. But the friends that I know that are growing in notoriety, the friends that I know that are popular, they're still the same fucking dorks I met way back when. Still some of the same people that used to sit in my Discord server, and we just sit there and fucking play League of Legends. Or people that I got to just meet at conventions, and we actually bonded over one thing or another. Sweethearts left and right. And that's kind of the scary thing. It's like, I hope to keep that same energy. Say, if I do find myself in a position of entertaining hundreds. So, yeah, most memorable moment of 2021, all of January leading up to becoming a VTuber. And then I can't really think of a second place. The year unfortunately flew the fuck by. So the only other memorable moment that I could give you right now is I passed my fucking classes, and I could be potentially doing my last year of college. And that, whether I get a job in my degree field or not, that has been a long time goal for over 10 years. I just want it over with. And when you actually can see the finish line, that's kind of was actually kind of scary to me, because I didn't think I'd see that. And if I were to go even deeper into that story, well, then things will go dark. What are you majoring in again? I am coding. I am the code. But admittedly, I don't see myself as passionate as others, and I fear to some degree it can show. So I do hope that if I do find work within the field that is at least within a topic, subject, or with a company that I really want to work for, so that I'd have that extra drive to actually push and do what I gotta do. Excuse me. I've been speaking too much. But
Hey, can we get into it?
the only reason to be a programmer is for the sake of fueling my world building passion. Now, in the whole time that I've been in college, there was actually a really good bit of advice that I got. And I should probably. There's a really good bit of advice that I got from one of my early on English professors. And if it wasn't for the sake that you needed a fucking piece of paper for it, this is still very sound and good advice. The whole idea of not needing college to learn the things that you want to do, to expand your knowledge. Some folks learn the stuff that you're learning in college, but just going to the library. Most people nowadays just Google up everything, or just read about it normally. Don't need to pay all those thousands for it.
No words.
And
Only
my decision to go to college was not educational. It really wasn't.
Question.
My decision to go to college was genuinely to figure out if I didn't want to. We should probably not go that deep. That's the deeper reason. I'm gonna give you a simple reason for obvious, let's not go there. The simple reason was I went to college because I wanted to learn Japanese. I still didn't fully learn Japanese, but not only learning Japanese, I wanted to learn about myself and what the heck did I really want to do. I haven't figured that out either, but I have a better idea of it. Because me, before going off to college, I was a completely different dude, a completely different Seraph that you see today. Me going off to college has mellowed me out in all the important fields, helped me realize a lot of realistically hopeless situations, like, oh, was I ever the optimist? I was a pessimistic optimist too. But understand, hey, that's just life for a couple of things. You're just gonna have to hold that for this, and we can't all be heroes, unfortunately. Chase your dream, yes, I hope you make it, but understand that some people's dreams will crash and burn, and you may find yourself a witness to it firsthand. Or you may, a witness to their crashing and burning firsthand. And worst case scenario, you can be a witness to your own. So
No
work,
question.
work hard as you can, and
Only
make sure that you're still having fun when doing it, and don't
no.
blow yourself up, don't burn yourself out.
Only a being.
As far as my own goals, it's still just been
No words.
do what I can for those that I care about. That's
Only
first and foremost.
a feeling.
But also, over the years, it also became,
No question.
don't forget to do that for yourself. And that's probably the best way I can word it. Because the moment you put yourself to the wayside, you will blink and 7, 8, 9 years can have gone past and you did not do enough to pursue your dream, and now you feel like everything has passed you by. So keep that dream close to you, because even with that slight jab at myself, well, I'm a VTuber. I still write songs. I still sing. And I still have the opportunity of doing those things that I really want to do. But I'm also doing it like over in the corner, not shoving it in anyone's faces. I'm not being like, oh, why doesn't anyone notice me? It's just, I'm over here having a good time. And the people that I've met over time seems to enjoy it, seems to enjoy me. And while I'm someone that's like, while I'm someone that's internally like, I want more, most of me just feels like I'm happy with what I got. But I can't say that I'm happy just yet. Still some goals that needs to be cleared, but yeah, this story time has dragged on for far too long. So don't mean to get preachy again, but that has been a while. It really has.
No question.
But yeah, in terms of my passion for like world building and stuff like that,
A light.
I always wanted to figure a way to tell my story, but
A being.
I'm certain once I start talking about my story, people just gonna say it's some ripoff of the recent animes that have come out, and to that, I'm just gonna say it's whatever. It's just a slight exaggeration of my life. That's the secret to my lore. Yes, a hyped up recollection of these past 10 years. So the VTuber story stuff, well, I'm gonna try and make that a little more original, but everything else, hey, read between the lines, I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna readjust this chair.